What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. And quick update, Carlos Maza is still melting down. Now, last night, after 14 months, YouTube finally reinstated Steven Crowder's YouTube channel to the YouTube Partnership Program, a decision that I think waited way too long to happen, considering people like Jake Paul and others are still there. This via tube filter, and you know, by the way, the meltdown is delicious. YouTube reinstates monetization for Steven Crowder 14 months after words we don't like of Carlos Maza. By the way, it was really just Carlos Maza desperately trying to deplatform somebody. Before we go further, huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Everyone should be using a VPN. This one will go protect you and help support one of your favorite content creators. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. It's a leading VPN provider with over 30 million downloads worldwide. If you didn't know, the term VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. With Private Internet Access, all of your internet traffic goes through a secure VPN tunnel, your IP address is hidden, and your data is encrypted. Private Internet Access is available on all platforms, including Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and many others. You can use one subscription to protect up to 10 devices at the same time. So that's your cell phones, your computer, your laptop. If you use the link provided below, only for my community, you can get complete digital privacy for less than $3 a month and 3 months free. You can unblock geo-restricted content and streaming. Especially now, a lot of people are searching for content, and this is the place where Private Internet Access can fit in. Private Internet Access has a strict no logs policy, over 3,200 VPN servers in 48 countries, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Reviewers love Private Internet Access, and it got PC Magazine's Editor Choice Award for the past 5 years. I've used Private Internet Access to protect me while I do my streams with all of you, as well as get access to content that isn't available in the United States. And don't forget to click the link in the description below for Private Internet Access so you can get a special discount for my subscribers only. 14 months after YouTube suspended right-wing commentator Steven Crowder from its partnership program, the video giant has reinstated monetization on Crowder's channel today. Crowder was suspended June 5th, 2019, following his statements about former Vox journalist Carlos Maza, in which he referred to Maza as words we don't like and an anchor baby. Crowder was also punished for the sale of merch that said socialism is for Fig Newtons. The decision to reinstate monetization for Crowder is bound to elicit outrage, as did the YouTube's initial handling of the incident. The company is seeking to balance out what is consistent application of its policies when welcoming a creator back into the fold who has made statements that run afoul of corporate values. Look, I think if you're going to, ban people, you've got to have a reasonable appeal system there. Now, I happen to know there are just more than a handful of YouTubers that I watch who are still waiting to be reintroduced to the monetization program. Sinatra Says was one. I think Medicare was one. These are people that probably could change what they needed to be compliant again, but they were never told. That's the biggest problem with these rules, is we don't really even know. In a Twitter thread, Maza, who left Vox in February to become an independent YouTube creator, responded to YouTube's decision to remonetize Crowder by saying that the company has no interest in enforcing its own policies. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at how hard at work Carlos Maza has been. It has now been 6 months since he left Vox to be a full-time YouTuber, right? So let's see, he must have done a bunch of videos by now. Let's see, full-time YouTuber Carlos Maza, by the way, multi-million-dollar parents who pay for his rent, has produced a grand total of 6 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, check that. 4 videos, 2 of which were live streams where he just sat there and collected super chats. So in 6 months, socialist Carlos Maza, who quit his job at Vox, to become a full-time YouTuber has produced a grand total of 4 videos. That's less than 1 video a month. I'm sure he's been hard at work. He notes in recent months that Crowder had reinforced harmful stereotypes about trans folks, according to Maza, is urging creators to protest YouTube by refusing to participate in any company promo materials. By the way, right there, certainly can. Speaking publicly against a platform, not going to happen. At every opportunity, and supporting a creators union, also not going to happen. Like Logan Paul before him, and Shane Dawson more recently, Crowder was suspended from monetization due to YouTube's creator influence policy, which punishes creators for on and off platform behavior that poses an issue to its broader ecosystem of creators. Well, what about Jake Paul? What about well, actually they did go after what's his name? The 3AM guy, right? Now, based upon notifying creators of these suspensions, YouTube says it shares whether the suspension is temporary or indefinite based on the severity of the offense. If temporary, YouTube tells creators that they are eligible to reapply for the partnership program and thus begin monetizing again. Jake Paul's demonetization lasted 2 whole weeks, though he remained on probation for 90 days, while Dawson's suspension began in June this year and is indefinite. YouTube called Crowder's 14-month suspension, during which his channel lost access to revenue from ads, super chats, and channel memberships, and any other monetization tools, a significant penalty. By the way, there is a join button down below. Today would be a great day to join a channel that you support their content. Even more, if they have something like a subscribe star or super fans, check that out because it's not as tied to YouTube. While Crowder was demonetized just last June under terms 1 year ago, Steven Crowder, here's the statement, sorry. Steven Crowder was suspended from YouTube partnership program for being mean to a fellow creator and harming the YouTube community. Meanwhile, H3H3 can make 100 videos about Keemstar, and YouTube's like, yeah, put it on trending. A YouTube spokesperson tells TubeFilter in a statement, this incident exposed gaps in our community guidelines. So last December, we updated our policies to better address patterns of bad behavior, and work here is ongoing. At that time, basically, that was the end for videos critiquing other creators too. I have to say, I'm shocked that Leafy is still on the platform, to be honest with you. I mean, more power to him. I don't want him gone. I'm just saying, given the new rules. To this end, YouTube notes that Crowder took down the bad content in tandem with the new policy launch. He has also stopped selling the shirt and has agreed not to sell merch in the future targeting Maza or containing mean messaging. YouTube notes that while merch in the socialism slogan can be found online via copycats or old links, Crowder is no longer involved in the sale of these products. And finally, YouTube said over the past 14 months, Crowder has established a track record of good behavior. The company has gone back and reviewed multiple videos on his channel. While still controversial content, YouTube acknowledges that nothing has been found to be policy non-compliant. Crowder currently counts 4.6 million subscribers on his channel and is recently nabbing roughly 20 million monthly views. Recent uploads include Everything Wrong with Kamala Harris and BLM is a bad organization. Going forward, Crowder's, by the way, this is all via TubeFilter. Going forward, Crowder's channel will be subject to audits, as with any other channel in the partnership program, and still could incur further punishments if found to be in violation. The question will be, of course, you know, how far back are they going to go in history? And, you know, Carlos Maza is taking this perfectly well. YouTube has reinstated Steven Crowder into its partnership program, meaning that once again allow him to monetize video. Demonetizing was already insufficient. Yeah, that's right, because Carlos Maza wanted him gone altogether. But this decision proves that YouTube has no real interest in enforcing policies that Carlos Maza doesn't like. In the past few months, Crowder has published theories about the COOF, called BLM a bad organization, and made multiple videos about how trans folks misbehave, apparently. All these are in violation of YouTube's policies, and not a single has been removed. I don't know about that. I'm not, and neither does Carlos Maza. Carlos Maza is not a YouTube employee. For reference, YouTube's anti-hate speech policies clearly and plainly prohibit all of this stuff. Really? Why? How would his video about BLM in any way violate those policies? I don't understand that. Like, legitimately. I don't understand that. So it goes on. I said it last in June, and I'll say it again. YouTube has a tremendous profit incentive to keep hate speech on the platform. So do you, Carlos. So do you. And why haven't you been working? Have you been in your mother's beach house in Florida? Or would it be one of our other multi-million-dollar mansions? Hate platforms as well and drives up the company's numbers. Yeah, like that matters compared to family vlogs and cat videos. I'm sure, you know, Crowder's videos, by the way, are a drop in the bucket compared to these kids' animation channels, which get, you know, 20 million views a day. It has never had any interest in enforcing its rules and uses them solely to distract journalists. Also bull. YouTube won't meaningfully change these policies so long as it can lure advertisers with high engagement numbers. Creators should refuse to participate in company promo materials. Bull. YouTube, I'm happy. I would love to be in the next Rewind. Actually, no, maybe anything but that. Speak publicly against a platform. Nope, I love YouTube for all its warts and all. It provides tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands maybe, of people an opportunity to earn a living in a new and interesting way that wasn't available 10 years ago. And then you should support a creators union. Absolutely not. Although I'm not against a creators union per se. I know Jurg had that, the slingshot guy. I don't have any faith in it, which is why it's not something that I've really pushed. But more power to him if that's, you know, I'm not against it, I suppose I should say. YouTube has spent years actively promoting people I don't like, and it's the largest radicalization engine on the planet. Pfft, have you turned on CNN? It's just bonkers that journalists continue to act as if this is a moderation failure when it's actually YouTube's entire business strategy. I mean, what? You've got to be kidding me. Absolutely absurd that he had to wait 14 months anyway, especially when people like Logan Paul only had to go 2 weeks. You could have communicated it very clearly to Steven Crowder and what he had to remove and how he had to change things going forward, and which he would have been able to then decide at that time if he wanted to live inside those rules or not. I absolutely love the meltdown. Carlos Maza, I appreciate you as a fellow creator. You should probably get to work. You know, make some actual YouTube videos so then you can earn some of that money and you can use that money to fight the things that you don't like, apparently. Huge shout out to this video sponsor. Look, everyone should really be using a VPN. You don't have to use the one I mentioned, but they're giving 3 free months away to my subscribers, and they're an excellent product. So maybe consider supporting the channel today while also protecting your data. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.